Hak jingelang emerjingmut alor kambang tengkal ni ke pre-budget discussion juga senam arjar hundrio arjar punyo bala penlang dak tenat finance ke sekor jela ukonrat ke sangma menteri rang ba ke jela ba khmi ke tenat finance ula peni dak presentation alor ke jinge ke ba sarkar jela ka haban mat hak bai dei ba ke tenat puli puthi haba peni ke presentation shik bala wan mani shimta ke de jingelang menteri rang ba ula kedau bana ka than chitai lammingi ke jela Meghalaya kawan Nyngkong hak Jingbun juga Skul kata hadu khatsawa jar sans pa propo arteli kan bagi Nonghikai gidon hadu samsan jar hispa an rupung ai Long manakini ki Skul kumba ars pa andru tuli gidai ba omdan khana puli kan ba ka jingsew tulap shikino hikai pat kaya bet but arajar ars pa andru funai tuli gidai ki Skul kibaran tang apo khandaingut ki khana
comparison of the northeastern states with Meghalaya. So if you see the population, this is of course 2011. So Meghalaya has a 29 lakh population. Tripura has 36 lakhs population. They have 4,900 schools. Meghalaya has 14,582 schools. You look at any of the other states, no one is in double digits. Nagaland, 2,700 schools. Manipur, 4,600 schools. Mizoram, 3,900 schools. And Meghalaya is like completely off the charts. We have 14,582 schools. You look at the teachers, we are at 55,000 teachers. And all the other schools that are there, other states, you'll see Manipur 42,000, so and 36,000, 31,000. You look at the last column, this is the government aided schools. This is what we call the ad hoc and the deficit schools. So we support 4,172 deficit and ad hoc schools. And all the other state governments you can see, Nagaland has zero support to private. So what is ad hoc and deficit? They're all private colleges and schools. They're not owned by us. They're owned by a community, managing committee, a mission, or individuals, and they were given grants. And the amount, of course, is the amount there? Next. So this picture is very important for you to understand what kind of pressure we face in. Oh, this is a great one. So just to share with you. There are 206 schools where we have teachers, they're teaching, but there is no student. There is no student. We pay grant and aid to these 206 schools. There are 2,269 schools which are single digit, which means we have 5 teachers and we have 5 students. And we still pay salaries to them. So now my concern is, why can't these schools be closed? I think that's what you'd say. Well, the first problem would be, there will be political reaction. And immediately the headman and everybody would come and say, why this? And the political other team would come and say all this. But it's the right thing to do. So what we're doing is that we're not going to close these Tikal because we understand that there's a challenge. We plan to merge them with existing schools that are there.
Menteri rang ba ulang baka Jingbun juga Skul kadai namar bah kawai ke Skul kidan ki bapenya daga SSA ad hoc LP bakumta terter hak bola pensengau baka sarkar ka persyang ban peni soalang ikini kena makan long ka besok haba pun kod jing batai bria chungu menteri rang ba ula pen pa malau snem ka sarkar jela ka penlod shejar khandai spa andro punyo klor kum ka kran in age shaki Skul barki college.
Why do we have 14,000 schools? We have 14,000 schools because in the same location, there is a school that is run by SSA, LP, government LP. There is one that is ad hoc by one religious, denomination. Another one by another religious denomination. So like that, there are 5 students, 10 students in each of these schools, but there are 5 teachers in all of them. So if there was one school, we would be actually having 20 teachers and 20 students. So that is the reason why we have so many schools and so many teachers. I'm not saying this is true for all the villages, but roughly 70% that's the story. So our idea is to bring them all together. Is a possibility there where we can merge and without removing the teachers. So therefore, let there be 20 teachers and 20 students, no problem. But we will phase it out. Slowly there's one school, so we don't need 20 teachers, but that appointment has been done, so we don't remove them. But slowly we phase it out till we come to a rational number. And these are the numbers that I feel we should share with the public and the society at large to understand that this can't go on. So if you look at this, immediately if we're able to merge these schools, we'll be down to 12,000 schools. You see? And then slowly, steadily, there are within the same vicinity, there are 4-5 schools. Literally, there's one school here, there's another school there, there's another floor on top, there's another school there. All 4 different managing committees, all having 4-5 teachers, but each one having 4-5 students. And they just don't want to work together. Somewhere we'll have to figure out what to do. So these are the challenges I face with education. These are the total associations of teachers in the state. There are 24 teachers associations. Ad hoc itself has got 4 of them. And SSA itself has got 4 of them. So I think you must have all read in the papers that we have decided now to give them a structured pay. So that's going to cost me about 800 crores. But we're doing it because we don't want this to continue. Now, let me tell you again, a lot of times, a lot of you come and tell me, why aren't you paying? Why aren't you paying? You have to remember, the categorizations are different. Ad hoc is not government. Ad hoc is a grant in aid. We give to a school that's run by, say, Gagan. And it was decided that the grant in aid is going to be given to him. So he is supposed to pay the salary, not us. But through the years, the ad hoc teachers have then changed the narrative and said the government should pay. But actually, it's not government's responsible. But we don't blame anybody. So we realize that whatever the story or whatever the situation, it is our responsibility to solve the problem. If I keep putting the blame, we're not getting anywhere. So I called the teachers, we discussed everything. We said, guys, what do you want? They said, look, we want a structured system. We want a system where seniority is given some kind of a weightage. We want a system where we at least know and guarantee in safety security that we'll have our jobs even after 10, 15 years. So therefore, we gave them that. And that's the negotiation discussion that took place. This is going to have a net impact of about 215 of 20 crores. This is a very important chart. So GIA is government, I think, grant in aid, sorry. So that's grant in aid to private teachers. We pay 917 crores every year to grant in aid. These are not government LP schools. These are schools run by anybody. And then in the last 50 years, consecutive governments have just said, okay, we'll give you grant in aid, we'll give you ad hoc, we'll give you deficit. Going on and on and on, today we are at 1,967 crores every year we give as grant in aid to schools and colleges which are privately owned. This is a fact. And then now they come and they are on the streets. And I respect because they have their challenges. And, asking me that increase it by 10%. So if I increase by 10%, that goes from 1,967 to 2,100 crores. And obviously 10% is not enough. They want 50%, they want 100%. So these are the kind of challenges we face, but this is a fact, and I will share these numbers also with you. I don't want to share the breakup, because if you see the breakup, I think some of you will be like blown away after seeing the numbers, amounts the institutions receive. But we have those numbers also, obviously we have those numbers. But I just thought that I'll stop here. But this is the kind of amount we pay. So the grant in aid to private schools includes deficit, of course. So out of the deficit amount, that's about 300. So 600 plus minus is for the ad hocs. And the SSA also we're taking into this consideration. I'm sorry, the ad hoc schools, I'm sorry, this is only for LP and UP right now. So LP, UP is about 300 for the grant in aid to private schools, and SSA is about 300. So that's about 600 crores we pay right now to them. That's going to go up to 800 crores once we come up with this new structure. But again, just to the knowledge of everybody, obviously we have to do this because we want the system to stabilize. But I think you will appreciate it is not an easy decision.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki batay kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau khau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kishap plus F hakajingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la icon diat bat akabatau bha kam kata ikadur jengki marbam kajing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki. Balehi banai kita. Kadon ka we kajing mentoy bakongsan. Kakot kakia. Ka nutrition bakam bha kajing im bakam bha pendon kam daki marba medon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.